Bam! My peoples, my peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Man, y'all know what we're about to do. We're about to talk boxing. But first, let me just say salute to everybody already tuning in. Side in the building. It Cannons, Toy Mafia, Daniel Negron, Clifton Dennis, my peoples. Happy Friday, man. Um, as always, I want to kick this thing off by saying it's a beautiful day. Not just because it's Friday morning, not just because we headed for the weekend. We got some great fights coming up, but because, God gave us another day to be alive. Thank you, God. Doesn't matter the circumstances, the situations that you may be dealing with. Every problem has a solution if you're still breathing. So there you have it, my people. Say thank you to God for giving us another one. Once again, thank you. Yes, sir. So we headed for a great weekend of boxing. We already know Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios is going down tomorrow. And let me just say, man, the predictions are all over the place. Some people say Ryan is going to get this W. Some say Barrios is going to wash him. I haven't even been able to make my prediction yet, but I promise you guys, I will be making it. I'm going to check out the Wayne. That's the last thing that I want to see, how they looking, and then I will make my prediction. So, I'm going to be making it tomorrow morning. Yes, sir. Tomorrow morning, without a shred of doubt, I'm going to let you know who's going to win that main event. It is going to be a great fight. It is going to be an interesting fight. I think fans are excited. Fans are excited to see what's going to happen with Ryan Garcia. Will he finally become a world champion? Will he lose to Mario Barrios? And if he does become a champion, what is he going to do next? He's been going back and forth with Shakur Stevenson. He went back and forth with Devin Haney, with Conor Benn. So there's a lot of options. You guys know that Ryan Garcia is someone who he's going to fight whoever he wants to fight. Simple as that, because he's such a big star that he can say, I want to fight this person and make it happen. Cam, you're usually right. Salute, my brother. I try. This far has been really hard for me to predict because of the different circumstances. You have to wonder, what Ryan Garcia are we going to get tomorrow? I've been seeing him all over the place on social media, on different podcasts, on different shows or whatever. And it makes you wonder, is he really, locked in? Is he really focused? Or is he just on his social media stuff where he's not really focused on what he's supposed to be doing? Sorry, Oscar Ryan. I'm telling you, man, we have to wonder what version of Ryan Garcia we're going to get tomorrow. Cam, yeah, this card has a few tough ones to call. And you're right about that, bro, because look at this. Let me show you something interesting about this card. Check this out. That's the combined record of the fighters. 128 wins and only 6 losses. And out of those 6 losses, one is Gary Antoine Russell has a loss to Alberto Puello, and 2, Frank the Ghost Martin has a loss to Tank Davis. So their 3 opponents combined have 4 losses. That shows you right there the type of competition that is going to be. It's going to be very interesting. All 3 of these fights. The opponent that Gary Antoine Russell's facing, I'm not familiar with him, but it's a Japanese fighter. People tell me he's Blackanese, half Guyana. What's the name of that country? Well, country in Africa, and half Japanese. And he's an undefeated fighter with a lot of knockouts. And I always tell people, when I see Asian fighters who are undefeated, I automatically say this guy's dangerous. Why? Because these fighters, these Japanese fighters, Chinese fighters, You know, fighters from Asia, they come up facing tough opposition from early on, even though they're facing guys that we don't know, but it's tough opponents that they face. So whenever they get that shot to finally fight for a title, they show out. And even if they lose, you know they're going to be a very tough opponent to beat. So this card tomorrow, we're going to see fireworks. They're going to be pulling out the heavy artillery. All of them. Richardson Hitchens, he got a tough opponent in front of him in Oscar Duarte, who's going to come forward, who's going to apply pressure, who's going to let the hands fly. And you know Richardson Hitchens, at times, he gets hit a lot. He gets hit more than what he should. So he's going to have somebody in front of him that's going to make it a difficult fight. I think the opponent that Frank the Ghost Martin is facing is not that tough of an opponent. I think that he's going to get... In fact, Ghanaian. In fact, I think he's going to get him out of there. I think Frank the Ghost Martin is going to have the easiest win out of these three fighters. Gary Antoine Russell with that Japanese fighter. I think it's going to be a tough fight. And Richardson Hitchens with Oscar Duarte as well. That's going to be a tough fight. And then, of course, the main event. Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. They're going to trade some nasty leather. And I'm telling you guys right now, a fight is going to break out early. It's not going to take too long before Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios are swinging for the fences. Side, a lot of people picking Duarte for the upset. But you also got to remember, Oscar Duarte lost to none other. Was it to Ryan Garcia that he lost? Oscar Duarte? I think he lost to Ryan Garcia. I'm not sure. Now I'm not so sure. But I think it was. Yeah, he lost to Ryan. There you have it. And now we got to see if he can step up to the plate and pull off the upset. Look, man, it's a tough fight. I think that he can make it tough. I don't think he's going to beat Richardson Hitchens. In fact, I'm telling you right now, Hitchens is going to win that fight. Frank the Ghost Martin going to win his fight. Gary Antoine Russell is going to be involved in a tough fight, but he's going to find a way to win. Richardson Hitchens is going to win. And then this prediction, Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, man, I haven't been able to say yet. But tomorrow, for sure, after the weigh-in, well, the weigh-in is today. Tomorrow, I'll have a prediction for you, 100%. I know I've been saying, I'm going to make it, and I haven't been able to. But tomorrow, 100%, I'll tell you who's going to win this fight, for sure. No getting around it. Having said that, I don't know if you've seen it, but Ryan Garcia has been going back and forth with Shakur Stevenson. He has been talking about what he can do to Shakur. And then Shakur also going back and forth with him. They faced each other in the amateurs. Ryan Garcia says he got robbed. Says he should have won that fight. So we get to see them in the pros, man. This is a fight that I would love to see. At some point, it felt like it was never going to happen. But now, you see what's going on. After Shakur got that big W against Teofimo Lopez, and now he's number 3 in the pound-for-pound list, a lot of people expressing interest in Shakur. William P., salute my brother, bam! A lot of people now calling out Shakur's name. Look how the tide changes. Before, nobody wanted to fight Shakur. Now, he gets that monster win, moves down in the pound-for-pound list to the number 3 spot, get closer and closer to becoming the face of boxing. And now a lot of people calling his name. A lot of people want to fight him. You see Conor Benn stepping in the ring. You see Ryan Garcia hitting him up on social media. You see Devin Haney saying that he wants to fight Shakur after he fight Lil Bro. These are names that were never mentioned in Shakur Stevenson. Now they want him. So you're starting to see his star power get to the point where now people want to get in the ring with him. Ooh, they want that payday. Payday from Shakur Stevenson. There you have it. He's that dude. He's the guy. So, I think when the dust settles, it's going to be Keyshawn and Shakur. Yeah, but we already know they're not going to fight each other. They probably not even going to be in the same weight class. Remember I told you that, side. They not going to be in the same weight class, but people want them to fight so badly that they still going to tell them to fight. You're going to see them. It's kind of like Canelo and Benavidez. Benavidez is already at 175, already fought multiple times at 175, even moved up. And people still telling Canelo to fight him when they're not in the same weight class. Like, I understand when they were together at 168 and Canelo was ducking, we had to apply that pressure for them to fight. But once Benavidez moved out of his weight class, that's it. To me, that fight was done and over with. The ship sailed on that fight. I might criticize Canelo for ducking Benavidez, but I understand that the ship failed. The ship sailed on that fight. It's not happening. Yet even today, people are like, yo, Canelo got to fight Benavidez. Canelo got to fight Benavidez. It's like, what do you mean, bro? Canelo's at 168. Benavidez, a goddamn cruiserweight at this point. We're not going to see that fight. So the same thing is going to happen with Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson. They're going to be in different weight classes, and people are going to be like, they got to fight each other. They're not even in the same weight class. That's it. That conversation is going to have to, people are going to keep pushing for it, but that conversation is going to end. Eventually. People are going to understand, like, okay, that's not happening. So, which way do you think they both going to settle at? Honestly, it's hard for me to say. It's hard. I think they're going to be moving up gradually. I think Keyshawn will be at 147 for quite some time if he does go up. But Shakur Stevenson is going to, he already said that he's going back down to 135. If he don't get like a big monster fight, he's going to go back down to 135. So they might even be multiple divisions apart. Where do they settle? It's hard for me to say. I think Shakur could end up settling either at 140 or 147. Keyshawn, I don't know if he goes over 147. I think he might just stay there. Clifton Dennis, I disagree. Keyshawn isn't going to pass 147 anytime soon. And technically, Keyshawn shouldn't be there. I mean, it's like I told you. You know, the fighters are they're not following the fans' narrative. They're not following the fans are saying we got to fight each other. They follow what they want to do, what they think is best for them. Keyshawn is already going back and forth with Devin Haney. He's trying to get the Devin Haney fight. He's trying to tell Devin, oh, you're running from this division because of me. So Keyshawn is already talking that 147 game. And in fact, I'll remind you, Keyshawn said that he was going to 147 even before he fought at 140. Before fighting at 140, he said, I'm going to fight him, and then I'm going to go to 147, grab a title. So people are going to be calling for them to fight each other when they're not even in the same weight class. Yo, bro, y'all going to have to let it go at some point. Clifton Dennis, they may not fight, but it's not because of weight. Well, if they're not in the same weight class, you know, it's hard for fans to keep making that argument if one is in one weight class and another's in a different weight class. So to say it's not because of the weight class, but they're not in the same weight class, is kind of an oxymoron. Aroma Sound, who do you have winning in Shield versus Cruz? I got Shields. I'm rocking with Clarissa Shields. I know it's going to be a tough fight. And they're going to trade some nasty leather. The first time they fought, it was like that. But this time around, I think Clarissa Shields is better than what she was the first time they fought each other. Cruz, I would say she's the same. Tough fighter. Real good fighter. But I think she's the same as they were before. Only a little bit older. Clarissa Shields, I will say she's a lot better. So, the media going to push that fight if they're at the same weight. I wouldn't say the media, I would say the fans. Because I don't see anybody in the media really pushing that fight like that. It's the fans. It's the fans. What I see the most, I would say 99% of the time that I see someone pushing that, Shakur and Keyshawn got to fight is the fans. I don't really see nobody. I think the members of the media already understood where they stand. And they respected that. They're like, yeah, they're not going to fight each other. That's it. I understand where they at, and I respect that. You guys don't want to accept it. You're like, yo, they're going to fight each other. Somehow they're going to end up fighting. Y'all don't want to accept it that they don't want to fight each other, bro. Y'all got to, at some point, y'all going to have to say, yeah, they don't got to fight each other. Let that go. Y'all going to have to let it go, bro. Sad. Shakur want to be a 5-weight champ, taking Ryan's belt. You think Cruz will give her a good fight? I think oh, you mean Cruz. Okay. Go will win 9-10 rounds. I mean, honestly, I think it's going to be a real competitive fight because Cruz can fight. She can fight. And she's a hard puncher. She likes to apply pressure. She likes to trade leather. She's going to make it a tough fight. But I think skills-wise, Clarissa has more in the bag. She got the faster hands. She got the better footwork. So I think Clarissa has a lot in her bag of tools to walk out of there with that dub. It'll be an interesting fight for sure. For sure. But I'm telling you, Clarissa Shields, she the GOAT for a reason. There's a reason why we say she the GOAT. Side, Cameron Mason, Gilly, and Wallow gonna instigate for sure. But look, 4 people who don't know shit about boxing and who don't like Shakur. Especially Cameron Mace. Cameron Mace looked goofy as hell because they said Teofimo was going to knock Shakur out. Yeah, go fight Teofimo so he could knock your ass out. Then the fight happened. They didn't even give flowers to Shakur. Fight happens, they're like, yeah, you know, Teo disappointed me. The way he fought, he disappointed me. Motherfucker, give some flowers to Shakur. Like Cam and Mace, they already, because they had their little back and forth with Jay Prince. So Cam and Mace, they already turned into Shakur Stevenson haters. So they're going to be the ones getting proved wrong all the time now. Clifton Dennis, technically, Keyshawn doesn't even deserve that fight yet. But possibly one day, they can be the best left standing. It's like I told you, bro. I'm not looking, I don't see that fight happening. I respect what they say. I respect what they want to do. You guys don't. We're not gonna see it the same way because you guys keep wanting to pit 2 guys fighting each other when they told us a million times that they're not fighting each other. If they telling me that they're not trying to fight each other, I'm taking those words. I accept what they. You see, you don't realize you sound like the Terrence Crawford haters, who are like, nah, Terrence Crawford. He got to come back. He's going to come back. He's going to fight somebody. Watch it. He got to fight this. Like, bro, he already told us he retired. Why you can't just respect that? So Shakur and Keyshawn, they already told us, like, how many times they got to tell us that they're not trying to fight each other. Y'all don't want to accept it. See, you don't want to accept it. That's just the reality. Side, they don't know shit about boxing. That's 100% facts. That's 100% facts. Clifton Dennis, I think they look goofy avoiding each other. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. I think you look goofy for not respecting what they want to do. You see? You see them as goofy, and I see them as something to respect because their friendship, what they're telling me is that their friendship, their relationship is worth more than money. It's worth more than money. Look what Shakur and Keyshawn both say. Yo, it's $500 million. You want to see us fight? $500 million. They know that they light years away from getting that type of money to fight each other. So I respect what 2 people want to do. You don't respect it. And at the end of the day, it's about what they want to do, not about what you want them to do. Just like I would tell you, yo, Clifton, don't do something because somebody else want you to do it. You got to do what you think is right. You, on the other hand, are not giving them that energy. You want them to do what you want them to do, what you would like to see. So they don't do what you want them. Oh, they're goofy because they're not going to do what I would like them to do. Nah. Imagine somebody giving you that energy because you don't want to do what they want you to do. Who the hell are they to say what you should do? So again, my stance, I respect them. I respect them as human beings. I respect them as fighters. And what they have chosen, the route they choose to take, I support them with it. 310, Man Ruth. Grand Rising, salute family. Bam, the Hydra grind in the building. Good morning, my brother. Appreciate you dropping in. We got these fights, man. We got these fights coming up. Bam. Yo, Ryan Garcia gave his opinion on Dean the Great getting slapped. Damn, yo. Dean the Great got slapped. And after getting slapped by Larry Wheels, he got snuffed, punched in the face hard as hell. Damn, within 24 hours. 24 hours, he got slapped and punched. Dean the Great, he got to change that name. Dean the Punching Bag. That's where he got to be at right now. Like, come on, man. He a goofball. And he made himself look like a weirdo and a goofball. And just, bro, you're 25 years old. You're not a little kid. And I'm going to tell you why Dean the Great, to me, look like a weirdo. A straight up weirdo. That's how he looked to me. I'm going to tell you why. So when he got slapped, why he get slapped? Because he was pushing up on a man's wife. Aroma San, he got hit with an elbow. When you watch it now, that was a punch. It wasn't an elbow. The thing is, he punched him, and then you see the swing, and it looks like it was an elbow. But no, he got punched in the face. Definitely got punched. You see the fist going in, but it's fast, and it's a close-up. So at the end, you see this, and you think it's an elbow. He got snuffed. They punched the shit out of him. But neither here nor there. If you think he got elbowed, then you would have to think that they elbowed the shit out of him anyway. Like, he got hit really hard. But what makes him seem like a weirdo? First, the energy that he was giving. Talking about, his wife is up for grabs. Because she's smiling. She's smiling. Like, if you think that a woman smiling automatically means she's trying to fuck with you, you're a fucking weirdo. That means that every woman that's around you gotta stay serious. Because if they smile, they want you to smash. So he made himself look like a fucking weirdo with that shit, right? But I'm gonna show you what to me make it like, yeah, he definitely a weirdo. You get slapped in the face, and what do you say? Oh, he did that in front of the girls. Look at his focus. He's thinking about the girls. You acting like a fucking weirdo when they slap the shit out of you. You like, nah, man, the girls saw that, right? Watch this. Less than 24 hours later, when he got punched in the face, what did he say to the dude? Oh, yeah, you definitely know me. You're probably trying to act like you don't know me because of the girls. This motherfucker's constantly thinking that the girls is watching him. He's constantly like, nah, that's because of the girls. And the girls. And the girls. The fuck is you talking about, bro? So, my man's gotta take a look at the mirror and change. There's something wrong with him. When he's always thinking about the girls and what the girls are saying and what the girls is doing, bro, your mind ain't right, buddy. You not right in the head. So whatever the hell's going on with Dean the Great, the first thing is, bro, gotta stop drinking. Stop drinking because you don't know how to act. There's people, and most of us met people like that. Can't have a drink of anything before they start acting stupid. Aroma Sound. He sounds the type to always be showing off for the girls. Of course, because he's always thinking about the girls are looking, the girls are watching. And shit didn't play out his way. And he thinks that he's a way bigger star than he actually is. That's part of the problem. Look right before he got punched in the face. Yeah, you definitely know me. You definitely know me. You're trying to say that for the girls. Bro, everybody don't know you. Why is he under the assumption that everybody has to know him? Now, people are gonna know you as the guy that got slapped, as the guy that got punched in the face for being a fucking weirdo. That's what you're gonna be known as. Because people don't know, like, a boxer, or you got beat by one of the Vargas brothers. You ain't never, like, Dean the Gray is gonna be one of these guys who he'll never be known as a top level boxer like he sees himself. Because according to him, he an elite level guy. He could beat Shakur, and he could beat Devin, and he could beat everybody according to him. You're out there getting slapped around and shit. So Dean the Great, I gotta tell you guys right now, for this week, he is without a doubt the goofiest of the oofiest. VMK, does boxers respect UFC? Or you all hate MMA totally? Genuine question. Nobody hates MMA. I don't know where you get hate MMA. You know, the thing is that MMA, I think, is envious of boxing. And MMA fans are envious of boxing fans. Because I don't follow MMA. I don't go into MMA channels to talk about boxing. I don't go to nobody's MMA YouTube channel. Yo, boxing. But MMA fans come here to talk about MMA. Why would you go to a boxing channel to talk about MMA? Why not go to an MMA channel and talk about it? So it's like, I'm not watching you. I'm not watching MMA channels because I don't follow it. But MMA fans are watching boxing channels and show up to boxing channels to talk about MMA. We don't want to hear that shit. This is not even an MMA channel. Like, I'm surprised I didn't block you on the spot. Because we don't want to hear about no MMA. We don't watch that shit. They got to step their popularity up. We're not interested. Side, he the type to put down his homies to big himself up in front of the girls. That's facts. That's real talk. Charlie, right. Side, they got some inferiority complex. It's true, that inferiority complex. So they want to talk to boxing fans and they want to bring up all these other things. It's like, bro, we talking boxing over here. Why? You know, it's like, VMK, no worries. But I'm just showing you, like, boxing fans, you're not going to find them in MMA channels trying to bring up boxing. So why MMA fans are always going into boxing channels to bring up MMA stuff and to bring up, oh, Tupuria can beat these guys. I mean, like, what are you talking about? Side, I love MMA too, but I don't go to MMA channels to shit on boxing like MMA guys come to boxing to discredit. You see, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. MMA is not a threat to us. So we don't feel the need to go to MMA YouTube channel. Like, boxing is better. Why MMA guys don't like boxers? Like, come on. Tay John, they're worse. They're the worst with the complex, Jay Smith. And I'm an MMA fan. See, here's the thing about MMA and boxing. And I always understood that. In MMA, they teach you how to punch, obviously. And MMA has some good strikers. So what happens is that MMA guys, because they know how to punch, they think that they can go into boxing and compete with a boxer. And they always get their ass whooped. Unless you're talking about, for example, Anderson Silva getting in the ring versus full-blown cokehead Chavez Jr., he got a W. But we know Anderson Silva is not going to fight a top 10 ranked opponent and even have a chance. No MMA guy's ever going to have even a chance. They get beat up in boxing. So that's the real problem. MMA guys thinking that they can compete in boxing, and MMA fans thinking that an MMA guy is going to be able to compete in boxing because he's a good striker. He's a good striker. He can compete with a boxer. Them little ass MMA gloves, and plus you got other options besides striking, is not the same as getting in the ring with boxing gloves and now you can only punch. It's not the same thing. You're gonna get your ass whooped in the boxing ring. So the difference is MMA fighters, they think they could compete with boxers. You can't. Boxers, on the other hand, they know they can't do MMA. Why? We don't practice kicking. We don't practice, throwing each other down, knees, elbows, grappling, all the other stuff that comes with MMA. Boxers don't practice that shit. So they don't need to get in the octagon. They know. You see, that's the difference. Boxers know that they don't have a place in the octagon. They understand that. MMA fighters, on the other hand, they don't understand that they don't got a place in boxing. You don't have a place. Canelo said it the best. Here's what Canelo said. Boxers don't belong in the octagon. And MMA fighters don't belong in the ring. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Aroma-san, that's like going to an NFL channel to talk about rugby. You see, it's like, bro, it's two different sports. Just go to the channel for that's talking about the sport that you like. Charlie, why would you think boxers dislike MMA fighters? They're all fighters. I'm sure it's a mutual respect, of course. Fighters of all different arts respect each other. But if you ask them a question, it's a divisive question. Like when you ask Shakur, what do you think is better? He's a boxer. He's supposed to say boxing is better. If you ask an MMA guy, he does MMA. He's supposed to say MMA is better. It's all about opinion. But we know which one is the more popular sport, obviously. The Hydro Grind Silva got destroyed by Jake Paul, imagine. He got destroyed because, and it's funny, before that fight, there was actually people saying that Silva was going to beat him up. Cap Ray Lionel, Silva's a world champion, a world championship caliber, and a great striker. Man, listen. Stop. As long as MMA guys keep getting in the ring, they're going to keep getting beat up by boxers. I'm going to put it to you like this. Right now, if you take 5 amateur boxers that are the elite, that are, headed to the Olympics, that kind of amateur boxer, and you put them up against 5 MMA world champions in boxing, them amateurs gonna beat them up. Beat them up like it's not even gonna be close. They getting cooked. It's a whole different ball game. There is no other fighting style that's gonna beat boxing in boxing. Boxers are the best punchers by a landslide. They're better punchers than everybody else in every other art. They're not going to be better kickers because they don't kick. They're not going to be better grapplers because they don't grapple. But at punching, ain't nobody beating a boxer, bro. This is not happening. Side, it's like badminton fans going into tennis pages trying to say their sport is better. You'll never see that. I'm telling you, you don't see people from other sports going into other sports and saying, nah, this one is better. But MMA fans, they go into boxing channels for that. The Hydro Grind, McGregor was the best striker according to the MMA fans, and he was going to demolish Floyd. Floyd let him work for like 2-3 rounds, and then when Floyd stepped on the gas, stopped him. Think about it, 42-year-old Floyd, 43-year-old Floyd, that ain't stopped nobody in ages, stopped Conor McGregor. That right there tells you. Rage bait. McGregor versus Mayweather was close enough. Come on, bro. Mayweather stopped him. 43-year-old Floyd stopped Conor McGregor. He let him play around for like 2-3 rounds, and then what happened when Floyd Mayweather stepped on the gas? Completely dominated Conor. Completely. Had him looking like a goofball out there getting punched in the face. The Hydro Grind, you can't deny your name is Rage Bait. That's what the name right there. When you talk about close enough, like Floyd completely dominated him. The moment Floyd said, okay, let's fight, made him look like a Wendy's third shift janitor. Rage Bait, as if Mayweather will beat McGregor in a street fight, but nobody's talking about a street fight. You're going to need a 24-hour break. You sound like a goofball. These are professional athletes. Professional athletes do not fight in street fights. Don't be a goofball. Don't repeat that again in your life. Clifton Dennis, I think Silva threw that fight versus Jake. I don't know how you think he threw that fight. What can I tell you? You like conspiracies. Fans love a conspiracy when things don't play out the way they wanted it to. You wanted Silva to win. He got beat up. I think he threw the fight. You see, that's the one thing I see a lot in boxing fans. You don't know how to accept the outcome. You'd rather make up a whole conspiracy from your own head. Like, well, you know what? It didn't play out the way I thought. Yeah, he threw the fight. Why would an MMA guy have to throw a fight against a boxer? You don't need to throw a fight for Jake Paul to whoop your ass. Jake Paul whoop your ass off of the fact that he's bigger, stronger, and an actual boxer. Shaggy, happy Friday, my G. Salute, family. Bam. Clifton Dennis, Tyson Fury let us down. When he fought that MMA dude, it was too close. AJ had to redeem us. I mean, I felt like, honestly, Tyson Fury walked into that fight thinking it was going to be easy money. He got caught off guard by Francis Ngannou. Clifton Dennis, damn, Floyd was 42, 43. Sheesh. I thought he was like 37, 38. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, that was the age that he was when he fought Manny Pacquiao. Like 37, 38. Maybe he was 38 and Pacquiao was 36. Something like that. But he was in his 40s and stopped Conor McGregor. That shows you right there that an MMA guy cannot F with a boxer. Tay John, what do you think about Eddie Hearn versus Dana White? They going at it. They shackle hands 24, 24, 24. We got to give it to them. They come over here with the dumb stuff too early in the morning. So, look, Eddie Hearn and Dana White, they're going to be going at it. They're adversaries. They're opponents now. They're opposition. They both throwing missiles at each other. Eddie Hearn's, Dana White saying that Eddie Hearn worked for his pops. And Eddie Hearn saying, yeah, but your pops is His Excellency Turkey Al-Shid. You got to do what he say. So they both going at it. To me, that's not, what they're saying to each other is more we want to attack each other. But it's nonsense. Because if you think about it, if your father has a successful business and then you're the predecessor, then it's going to be on you to keep the business going. And that's what Eddie Hearn has been able to do. Matchroom under Eddie Hearn is a lot bigger than what it ever was under his father. In fact, under his pops, Matchroom has zero influence in the US of A. They have zero big name fighters, American fighters. So Eddie Hearn has taken Matchroom to a new level. You got to give him his respect for that. And is that something new, that a father builds a successful business and then the son take over? Is that really something new? We've seen that throughout history in different type of businesses. It could be a restaurant. It could be a hospital. It could be anything. Real estate. And we've seen it a million times. So you could have been able to knock him if he took over Matchroom and everything fell apart and it turned into shit and no fighter want to go there. But Matchroom is one of the most successful promotional companies right now. Think about it. When you talk about successful promotional companies, like them or not, right now, you have to talk about Golden Boy. You have to talk about Top Rank. You have to talk about Matchroom. You have to talk about Queensbury, but Queensbury is more based in the UK and England over there. Like, Queensbury doesn't have a lot of American fighters that they say, oh shit, this guy went to Queensbury. But they're still one of the big promotional companies. You could mention PBC. PBC's kind of sliding down lately. But they're still in the mix. But to say that, you know, you're going to discredit him because his father started the company, man, that's bullshit. That's really meaningless. And even what Eddie's saying about Dana with Turkey being his daddy, that's meaningless too. So it's just like, it's like two high schoolers going at it, you know. Yeah, your shoes is whack. My shit costs $150. Yeah, but look at your shit is whack too. My shit costs like, it's really bullshit. They're not really going after each other on anything that you could really hold on to and say, yeah, that's real. Nah. They both successful men. Clifton Dennis, I think Dana is messy. He's always talking ish. Eddie just responded. The lunatic librarian in the building. Salute, my brother. Bam. The Hydro Grind. Jake actually taking this seriously, doing training camps, fighting, and most importantly, making great cards for the sport. What has Connor done? I mean, Connor Ben, I guess he's involved in bare knuckle. But to me, bare knuckle, I don't even mess with that joint like that. I don't like that sport. Aroma Sound. I never heard of a matchroom until Eddie Hearn, which is different from how Bob Arum's son isn't making Top Rank better. You see, that's what I'm saying though. Like Eddie Hearn, you can't really knock him because most of us didn't even hear from Matchroom until Eddie Hearn took over. Matchroom was a company, you know, in England, in the UK, and over there that we didn't really mess with on this side. American fans didn't really mess with Matchroom like that. Eddie Hearn is the guy who made the brand global. You got to give him his credit. He made the brand better. When it comes to Bob Arum's son, I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who Bob Arum's son is. Wes Dustin, salute, my brother. Bam. BMK, at least McGregor had balls to enter the ring with Mayweather. Jake is out there match fixing and making a joke on hard-working boxers. But I got to say something, bro. Conor McGregor got in there with a way older Floyd Mayweather. A Floyd Mayweather that people even thought was too washed up, and they gave Conor McGregor a chance to win that fight. So he got up in there against an older guy for a huge bag. My brother VMK, I'm here to tell you, I'll step in the ring with Floyd Mayweather tomorrow for half of the bag that they gave McGregor. Forget half of the bag. Give me $10 million and I'm stepping in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Give me $5 million. So what I'm trying to tell you, my brother, anybody in this chat will step in there with Floyd Mayweather for half the money that they gave McGregor. So that's not very tough, man. It don't take a lot of balls to get in there with a guy that's 40-some years old, bro. It really don't. Any of us will step in there with Floyd Mayweather. Now, if you want to tell me that McGregor had balls, if you tell me, oh, shit, he got in there with Jerome Boots Ennis, he got in there with Conor McGregor, he got in there with Conor Ben, he got in there. If he got in there with somebody that was a threat to hurt him, then I tell you, yo, that take balls to do that. It don't take balls to get in there with Floyd for generational wealth type of money. I don't take balls, bro. Anybody in this whole... Look, it's 14 of us right now. All 14 of us will step in the ring with Floyd for $5 million. Tomorrow. Give me $5 million, I'm stepping in with Floyd. It don't take a lot of balls. Floyd in his 40s, and you're going to make me rich? So, I think it's a little bit of a push to say that he got balls because he got in there with Floyd. Aroma Sound. So Eddie Hearn is doing something very difficult to make a parent's successful business even better. That is tough. When your parent already succeeded in business, for you to take over and make it even more successful, that's tough. That does not happen in most cases. In fact, a lot of the times, the sons and daughters end up selling the business because it starts going downhill. And before everything collapses, they sell. They're like, yo, nah, we're not going to be able to keep up that pace that he was keeping up. We sell it. That happens. Carl, you think they're making it so Ryan Garcia will fight Pacquiao after his exhibition fight? I don't think so, honestly. I don't think Ryan Garcia is even interested in fighting Manny Pacquiao right now. He's been calling out Shakur Stevenson. He's been calling out Devin Haney. He's been expressing interest in other fights. By the way, he could have had an exhibition fight with Jake Paul. He chose to fight Mario Barrios. So an exhibition fight with Jake Paul would have made more money than an exhibition fight with Manny Pacquiao, and he skipped that one. So I don't think so, honestly. Do the lunatic librarian with the super chat vibes. Salute, my brother. You know it's never about the money. It's always about the love of the sweet science. I appreciate you, fam. It's boxing weekend. Salute. Yo, we got a great weekend of boxing. We got some real good fights coming up, y'all. Tay John, do you think Zuffa boxing is bad for boxing? No, not at all. In fact, I think Zuffa boxing is great for boxing. Quite the opposite. It's great for boxing. You know why? Lots of fighters who would be inactive right now are getting an opportunity to fight. So if you're a fighter and you already, look, De Los Santos already signed with Zuffa Boxing. He'll be fighting soon. How long he been inactive right now? 2 years of inactivity, not been able to get a fight? He's going to fight on Zuffa Boxing. El Rayo Valenzuela had been inactive since he lost. Signed with Zuffa, already fought and won. We're seeing more and more young fighters who were not getting opportunities to fight. So Zuffa Boxing is getting them in the ring. Plus, Zuffa Boxing is really making a lot of competitive fights. So there's no way that I could tell you that Zuffa Boxing is bad for boxing. It's great for boxing. You're bringing in more competition, more fights, more cards. Last Sunday, we had a great card of boxing. I learned about, listen to this name, Gabriel De Benito. Yo, I never heard of him. And this guy can fight. He got power. He got a devastating knockouts. No, Benito. Gabriel Benito. Never heard of him. I found out about him because of Zuffa Boxing. Young fighter, undefeated, got hella power. So Zuffa Boxing is going to bring us a lot of good fights, entertaining fights, and they're going to make guys stars. Guys that we never heard of, they're going to become stars because of Zuffa Boxing. So there's nothing bad I could say. I hate the uniform. Only thing. I'm gonna say it again. Zuffa Boxing, they on their way up. They on their way up. They're gonna be a problem this year. Wes Dustin freaking beat me up for 50K. You see what I'm talking about, Wes Dustin? Now, if you step in the ring with Floyd and he beat you up, but you're gonna get 50K and you go 3 rounds, so you're getting 50K for 9 minutes of action, does it really take a lot of balls to do that? Or almost anybody wish they could get that opportunity. I don't think it takes balls to get in there with Floyd. VMK, so what do you think about the Mayweather versus Mike Tyson fight, which is happening in April this year? Mayweather and Tyson are fighting in April, and Manny Pacquiao, damn, I can't remember the guy's name that's fighting Manny Pacquiao. The Russian dude. They're also fighting in April. So I think that's something that could be setting the stage for Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao to end up fighting each other. Mic check, my people. Let me know if y'all can hear me now, man. My internet was acting up. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Mic check, mic check. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Mic check. So, here we go. We back in the building. Oh, Mauricio Sulaiman reported the channel. We hear you. Listen, man. I'm going to tell you guys something. So, last week, we spent a little bit of time talking about politics. Not really talking about politics like that. You guys know I don't really talk about politics and religion. I stay out of it. But last week, we spent a little bit of time. What was it that we was talking about, man? Oh, we was talking about the whole Bad Bunny and how people reacted. Some people were happy about it. Some people hated it. And we know it was, you know, the Republican Party was not happy with Bad Bunny being there. And then the Democrats were happy with it. You know, I have no dog in the race. I just talked about enjoying it, enjoying the show itself, but we talked about it, right? On Monday, I was already shadow banned. Again. Now, I don't think this shadow banning is going to last like when you get a YouTube strike that strike that they give you 30 days, 90 days shadow ban. I don't think this is going to last. But we shadow ban, my peoples. I guess I should have never even brought that up. Because now we paying the price. But I digress, my people. Yeah, Wes, that's it. Have you noticed this whole week, at no point in time, there's been 30 people on this live. At no time at all. And look, right now it's only 3 people. And it's been like that this whole week. During the live, 10 people, 15, 16. So, little by little, you know, I'm learning that there's certain things that you just can't talk about. It's not just about if you get a YouTube strike, you get shadow banned. But if you talk about some things, if you bring up some things, it happens. It happens. Sad, your channel was popping for like a weekend. Yeah, last week. Last week, bro. Last week at one point it went to 185 people during the morning show. Last week, every day, there were at least 60 people in the show. At least. That was the minimum. Like the highest, it got to 60 people. Every show, 60, 80, 180 for one episode. And then this week, that's it. This week it's been 10, 15, 5, 6. The moment we spoke about that Bad Bunny shit, goddamn, bro. Bad Bunny. Yo, Bad Bunny need to bring us some motherfucking subscribers. We showing him love and now we paying the price. God late. Mr. Phipps, I bet someone reported you, brother. Haters. Oh, no, I get reported a lot. This channel get reported a lot. A lot, bro. That's woof. Man, I can't even tell you. But it's not things like, look, and I try to tell people, stuff like this doesn't stop me. You know why? Or doesn't even slow me down from doing what I'm doing? Because I love the sport of boxing. I love the sport of boxing if it's 150 people watching, and I love the sport of boxing if it's 5 people watching. So we talking about the sweet science no matter how many of us it is. Clifton Dennis, I saw last week you had the most I've ever seen. Bro, last week at one point we got to, and it was for the first time ever. That's never happened. That's the most 200 people at once were on. 200 people. So look at that. We went from having 200 people during the live to it's 12 right now. This whole week, there's never been a time where there was 30 people. Not even 30 this whole week. It's Friday already. Every day has been 15, 18, 5, 4. But it is what it is, my peoples. Hate, like the real King George said, haters are going to hate. But guess what? We can't be stopped. They can't stop us. They can't stop what's going to happen. Still headed for number 1. Still gunning for that spot. So we're going to keep grinding, my peoples. By the way, somebody mentioned earlier that the Zuffa belt was whack. Somebody said, I think the word they use, that the belt is tacky. I got to say, look, the belt looks different than what we're used to seeing. Obviously, because when you think about these other belts, if you think about the WBC, the IBF, WBO, WBA, those belts, they're different color, but there's a certain similarity to them. In this case, this belt obviously looks totally different than what we're used to seeing, right? But I don't know. I guess I got to see the belt. Somebody wearing it. I want to see it on video. I want to see. It does look kind of whack right here when I see it, because I'm comparing it to other belts that I've seen. And if you think about it, it's what we're used to. We're used to the other belts. But honestly, this one, seeing it here, it looks like a cheap belt that you could buy at Walmart and shit. Let's see how it looks in person, though. Let's see. Not in person. We're not going to see it in person, but when it's on video, when the champion is lifting it up, all of that stuff, let's see how it looks. But I gotta tell you one thing, guys. Regardless of it looking ugly or not, champions make the belt. Belts don't make the champion. So the moment you see big names holding that belt, it's gonna hold weight. It's gonna hold weight. That's why I told you before, the WBC goofball Mauricio Sulaiman, that belt quickly is gonna turn into a trinket. When you start seeing B-level guys with a WBC belt and guys that you never heard of with a WBC belt and guys that are beating nobody with a WBC belt, that should have turned into a trinket. If Jai Opataya beats a big name and he has all those titles and he pull up that Zuffa belt, that's it. That Zuffa belt is going to hold weight to it. Aroma Sound, Zuffa has plain uniforms for the fighters. They aren't really trying to make the fighters look glamorous with fancy belts. Eye for eye. Because I look like the BMF belt. It looked like the BMF belt at UFC. Danny Negron looked like UFC Metro belt. Aroma Sound, they going for the basic look. I'm not feeling it, man. Oh, the lunatic librarian with the super chat vibes once again, my brother. Bam, always appreciate it. Appreciate your support as well. I appreciate the level-headed opinion. Discourse, because boxing is subjective to the observer. People get emotional quick in boxing. Sweet science. I mean, the thing is, when you've been watching boxing forever and you're used to these type of belts, when you see something that looks totally different, you're going to reject it. And I have to say, the belts that are, from the sanctioning bodies, they look more attractive than the Zuffa belt. That format, when you have a big shiny thing in the middle, is more attractive than a lot of little different things that you got on there. Pam, 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 pam. The Zuffa belt just has a lot of little different things that they put on it. Nah, forget that. Whoa, Wes does it. Showing the love with the memberships. My peoples, salute to everybody who's a Box Center member. By the way, if you become a member, you guys already know I drop exclusive videos for the members only. You guys are showing a whole different level of support for Jay Smith. I appreciate you, my brother Wes Dussett. You've been showing love. You've been supporting Jay Smith. One love, my G. Bam. The real King George. The new belts are the new era. The WBA belt I had held is old. But these belts, when you look at them, they look good. They're attractive looking belts. So when you compare this new Zuffa belt, like, they should look kind of cheap. Honestly, the Zuffa belt look like something you could buy at Walgreens and shit. Mr. Phipps, why is De La Hoya so much against Zuffa? I mean, honestly, I think it's because Dana White stepped in the game. And if you remember when Turkey Al Sheikh first stepped in, De La Hoya was against him. It's kind of like you're a hustler and there's a new hustler in town. You don't like him. You're like, yo, come on now. You're trying to take our money. You're trying to take our bread. So I think it's about competitiveness. It's about, if you're a promoter, a new promoter shows up talking about we're going to steal your fighters. We're going to make boxing better than you can. We're going to do all this stuff. Yeah, you're going to push back. Eye for eye. Yo, Jay, is the video of Dean getting the shit knocked out of him, is it real? 100% real, bro. 100%. First, Larry Will slapped the taste out his mouth. And then the other guy punched the shit out of him. 100% real. Dean the Great should already be renamed Dean the Punching Bag. Or Dean the Goofball. Or Dean the Weirdo. Imada 210. Sorry off subject, Jay Smith, but I need to know the key to victory for Garcia and Barrios. I mean, look, these guys, if you think about it, neither one of them likes to rely on their footwork. You don't see Ryan Garcia, using that footwork to fight, moving around. And the same thing with Mario Barrios. So I think in this fight, you're going to see two opponents that like to bang it out. The keys to victory are be number one, and this is for both of them. I think the keys to victory for them are kind of similar. Both of them have to be more responsible defensively. Barrios gets hit a lot. Ryan Garcia, we've seen him get hit a lot. The kink in the armor for Ryan Garcia, you know he like to leave that chin up, and that could be dangerous versus an opponent like Mario Barrios. So I think that Ryan Garcia, one of the keys to victory for him, he's the shorter fighter, and he's going to be at a disadvantage with reach. That jab. You got to keep that jab out there. He's got to control the distance. If he can control the distance with that jab, then he's going to be able to use the left hook accordingly. But if Mario Barrios can apply that pressure on him and control the pace of the fight, Ryan Garcia is going to be in trouble. So it's all about the keys to victory. Look, I'm going to say this. The keys to victory for Ryan Garcia, number one, using that jab effectively and consistently. That's number one. Number two, controlling the distance. If the taller fighter is able to control that and you're not able to get within range, you could even end up getting dominated. So with that jab, Ryan Garcia is going to be able to close the gap and shoot that left hook. He can jab and left hook. He can right hand and left hook. We all know the bread and butter is that left hook. He's going to be looking to land it. But in order to do so against a taller fighter, you have to close the gap. So I think the keys to victory for Ryan Garcia, number one, use that jab effectively. Number two, use those angles. Don't stand in front of Mario Barrios because he's having the longer reach. He's going to be able to come from the outside, boom, catch you with those big shots. The keys to victory for Mario Barrios, apply that pressure on Ryan Garcia. Don't allow him to get comfortable. Don't allow him to get in his rhythm because Ryan could be a very dangerous fighter. He get in rhythm and now he start catching you with those counter punches, you could be in trouble. So Mario Barrios has to apply constant pressure on Ryan Garcia, and that's going to be the way that he could beat him. West doesn't seem real to me. Man, that was definitely real. Slap the shit out of him, punch the shit out of him. Word up. Clifton Dennis, you going to give us your picks, Jay? So I'm going to wait. I want to see the weigh-in. And after I see the weigh-in, I'm giving you guys my pick. I may go live tonight. That's a possibility, right? I may go live tonight. But if I don't, 100% I will be doing the show tomorrow. And I'll have the picks for you. I'm going to tell you who's going to win between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios tomorrow. I just want to see the weigh-in first. Ray Gordo, salute to everyone. Salute to Box Center. Salute to the GOAT, Jay Smith. Whoa. Salute, my brother. Appreciate that. I'm telling y'all, man, we gunning for that number one spot. They could shadow ban me for a few days. You're not going to stop what's happening. It's just that simple. The real King George, the belts, the fighters are the real deal. They're the heavy WBO belt I had. John Parham, whoa. I got told I was an rider yesterday from someone who watches Box Center. Ah, come on, man. That was weak as hell. Who said? Did you at least give him a little 24, 24, 24? Eye for eye, Jay Smith, Mario Barrios might pull off the upset. I mean, it's a good fight, bro. It's a good fight. It's a competitive fight. This is the reason why I haven't been able to make a prediction. You guys know normally I make that prediction early on, and I stick with my guns. In this case, I haven't been able to. It's that type of fight. I think Mario Barrios may shock the world, Jay. Well, let's really take that into consideration because Mario Barrios is a world champion. He's a legitimate world champion. And look at the resume. Look at the people that he's been in there with. I think that Ryan Garcia is such a popular fighter that by default, people start to see him as the favorite. But let's consider Mario Barrios' resume, bro. Mario Barrios is a guy who's been in there with some real good opponents. Look at the people that Mario Barrios been in the ring with. Tank Davis, him and Ryan Garcia got that opponent in common. But Barrios fought Manny Pacquiao in his last fight. Fought Keith Thurman. Fought Ugas. Give him his respect, bro. We got to give Mario Barrios his respect. He not a bum. He's not a guy, who's going to get demolished. Daniel Negron, if Ryan win, he really going to stick to ex-coach? Stick it to ex-coach Joe Goosen? Man, listen, Ryan Garcia, I think he's specifically gonna address Goosen if he wins this fight. Cause you know there's that little friction in between them. Like, damn, yo, you left me and you're gonna go coach my opponent. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, Goosen is not in Barrios' corner by coincidence. Goosen is there because of what he can bring to the table. What can he tell or teach Mario Barrios about Ryan Garcia? What flaws can you prepare Mario Barrios to exploit on Ryan Garcia? John Parham, I made a comment on a post saying, I hope Keys not another AB. And dude said, keep that dump on Box Center. So I told him, keep twerking in the shower to Beyonce. Ramirez, I just went. See, let me tell you something, John. Some of those fans, they not really saying that to you because of your comment. They really saying that to you because we're already developing a hater fan base. So there's already people who hate Jay Smith, who hate Box Center, who are everything against. Whatever I say, they're against it no matter what. They could agree on another channel, but when they hear, they're going to disagree with anything I say. They show up just to disagree. So if you encounter people like that, whatever you say, if it's related to anything that we agree on over here, they're going to go at you. Bunch of goofballs. Jealous and envious. Ramirez, I just went back to watch the Duarte fight again against Ryan. Got good distance measurements. I'll say round 9, Ryan stoppage. Barrios ain't going to stop Ryan, but putting that left hand and right hand in. It's going to be a competitive fight. Look, Oscar Duarte can fight. He's going to make it interesting against Richardson Hitchens. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't sleep on him. John Parham, hopefully dude taps in because he said he watches us sometimes. But you have to understand too, John, some of them, the haters, they watch and they stay quiet. They just watch. Let me see if there's something that I could attack them on. And then they just stay quiet. They're like, nah, this motherfucker's on point. Let me just shut up. They're going to expose me out here. They definitely be watching. The lunatic librarian, Goosen trained Casamayor to beat Corrales. Then Corrales to beat Casamayor. Dude is diabolical for the money. Yo, he is diabolical, bro. He about his paper. They be wearing them funny-ass flower shirts. But to his credit, I've heard that Joe Goosen is a no-nonsense coach. You know, when he's in training camp, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. Don't fuck around with my training plan. Like, he's a good coach. Wes does it. That's how you know you're growing. When the haters show up. Man, listen. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of people told me that before. Like, yo, Jay, you started to grow. When you see people that just show up to hate on you and just show up to challenge you, that's it. You started... Yo, I've had people hitting me up privately talking about, I'll debate you. I want to debate you. And I'm like, God damn, where are all these people coming from that they want to debate me, bro? Like, when we do goofiest of the oofiest on Box Center 2.0, they never show up. When I offer people, yo, you want to debate? You want to come on the show and debate? Nobody ever shows up. But then I have people privately like, I want to debate you. God damn, who the fuck am I for people to want to debate me? You think that highly of me that you feel like you want to debate me? I just laugh at it, bro. John Parham. Wes, I wasn't talking about in the ring. I was referring to outside the ring. It's what is crazy. Eye for eye. This the best show, hands down. Appreciate it, my G. Mr. Phipps, you only get haters when you grow. That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. Before I never look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I thought that I was gonna see haters or get haters when I was like at 10,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers, you know, with a certain level of popularity. But we're not even at 3,000 yet. How the hell I got haters hitting me up privately? I got haters posting videos about me where they talking about me like, nah, because Jay said this. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't get it. If you see me talking about another YouTuber, if you see me talking about another content creator, if you see me talking about another boxing page, it's because I'm trying to give them love because I respect what they doing over there. That's why you see me talking about Blue Blood Sports TV. You see me talking about my brother Wes Dustin, who has a fiery YouTube channel. You see me talking about the Rise Podcast. So I talk about YouTube channels to show love. I'm not going to bring people up that I don't even watch. I don't be watching them goofballs. I ain't got time for that shit. Sad. I'm eating fish and sweet potato. Ooh. Getting in the healthy dosage of sweet science with omega-3. Guess what? I got jautia coco, which I don't even know how to say that shit in English, but jautia coco is the shit. Similar to mashed potatoes, but a different kind of thing that tastes a lot better. With salmon. And I'm making that salmon, you know, with what? With just a little bit of lemon. I'm not putting all these ingredients on there, all this other shit. Just a little bit of lemon. Cook that shit. Low fire. 8 minutes. Slamming. Slamming, bro. JJ Sendejas. Salute my brother. 19 likes. My peoples. We've been at it for an hour and a half almost. Come on now. No ghost watching. Leave the ghost watching for the haters. Eye for eye. It's hard to debate facts. If you debate anybody, bro, I'm watching. So I can see it. I can see you cook, my boy. That's the thing. People say they want to debate me, but they don't really want to. They don't want that type of smoke. They don't want those problems. John Parham was always speaking good about Box Center on his channel. Listen, man, Wes Dustin been showing love. And I really appreciate it because Wes Dustin the type to go on here. And I haven't said a word yet. The first thing he does, hit the like button. Bang, hit the like button. Always showing that love. And I tell you guys, you know, it's people like Sai, like Wes Dustin, like John Parham, like JJ Zendejas. It's you guys that help the channel become popular faster. Because every time that you guys talk about it, there's somebody who's listening to say, you know what, let me check that out. Let me check out what Box Center is really all about. John Parham keep talking about him. Sai mentioned it. Wes Dustin is mentioning it. Let me see what this is about. And people show up because of you guys. The real King George. Hydro is like 5th grader. He's not smarter than Box Center. Hydro, wait a minute, Hydro. I only know one type of hydro from my younger days, bro. John Parham. George, leave the homie alone. JJ said that, John. How do I find Wes Dustin? Come on, JJ said that. You don't know about Wes Dustin YouTube channel? Yo, Wes, share that link, bro. Share that link. You got to see JJ Zendejas, the skills, the craftsmanship of Mr. Wes Dustin. Yo, Wes Dustin, you got to share the link, man, so JJ Zendejas can check you out, my G. Zay, get him the fuck out of here. .com. As JJ Zendejas would say, get him the fuck out of here Productions. We in the building, my peoples. Hell yeah. Sai, I'm a sub to Wes. You got to, my brother. Seeing it, going into Wes Dustin YouTube channel even gets you inspired because you see somebody, you see the talent, you see the skills, and it makes you say, damn, you know, I could do something. You know, most of us can't do what Wes does. I'm going to keep it real. You know, it takes a certain level of skills and talent. But you can find your own talent. There you have it right there, my peoples. Check out that link. Click on that link and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Wes Dustin, you know, like I told y'all, man, the talent, the skills, the craftsmanship, you're going to see it right away. And it's motivational. Wes Dustin, no need to thank me, my brother, because I'm going to tell you what. If your shit was trash, I wouldn't promote it. I wouldn't promote it if it was trash. I'm happy to tell people, go over there right now, because I know when they tune in, they're going to be like, yeah, Jay, you was right. God damn, this nigga nice. So salute to you, Wes Dustin, for sure. Gay Rivera, tell me, my brother, salute family. Side. That's why he called it West Does It. Yo, when I tell you West does it, he does it. It's not just a name. John Parham, West a creative, cool dude with positive vibes. For sure. For sure, he really do that shit. It's not just a name, bro. Go check. And then you're going to find out there's real stuff going on. My peoples, I'm about to end this episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I hope you guys enjoyed it this morning. Tomorrow, I will be live. And I promise you I'll have a prediction for Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. It's been hard. It's been hard for me to make a prediction because that's a real competitive fight, man. That's a real good fight. But I'm going to make that prediction tomorrow for sure. The real King George. I got one more practice until my big return in Special Olympics floor hockey. Whoa. Salute, my brother. And listen, you gotta keep us updated. Win, lose, or draw, you gotta let us know what happened. You gotta let us know. Sending good vibes in your direction. Do your thing, do what you're supposed to do, and let us know. Let us know what's good. Let us know how it all played out. Jay said that's 23 likes for Jay Smith. Got late 2 hours. Couldn't get to 30. But it's all good. We still love the sweet science, y'all. Mr. Phipps, I just subscribed. That's right, man. Show love to West Dustin, my peoples. Jay is in the house. God bless Jay Smith and the Box Center family. John Parham, appreciate the new sub, my peoples. Once again, I'm about to get the hell out of here. One love to everybody who tuned in this morning. John Parham, JJ's in their house, Mr. Phipps, Cy, West Dustin, Eye for Eye, Cass, and everybody else who tuned in. Gay Rivera. Who else was in the building? Mr. Phipps was in the house. The lunatic librarian, always showing love, always supporting Jay Smith. Imada 210 was in the building as well. Yo, my peoples, I appreciate every single one of you. And like I say every morning, Boxing for Breakfast would not be the same. Oh, Shaggy was in the building. I can't forget about you, my G. Bam. Boxing for Breakfast would not be the same if it wasn't for you guys. Why? Because you guys are always in tune with everything that's going on in boxing. You guys show up and your opinions are always on point. You don't always disagree with me. It's not about everybody agreeing. It's about everybody sharing good opinions about the sweet science that we can debate about, that we can go back and forth about. Pasta track in the building. Bam, damn, my brother, you here right there. We about to get the hell out of here. But Pasta track, let me just tell you, I will be live tomorrow morning. I will be giving my Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios prediction. And after I saying word of the day, let me give you guys the word of the day, man. And this word of the day right here is inspired by West Dusset. Some of you already subscribed to West Dusset YouTube channel. And if you already checked it out, you see what he brings to the table. You see the creativeness. You see what he's able to do with his hands. So the reason West Dusset inspires this word of the day is because he's someone who's using his talent to do what he wants to do. And with Boxing for Breakfast, with Box Center, I'm using my talent to do what I want to do. And I'm going to encourage you guys, and I'm going to remind you, no matter how old you are, no matter where you are in life, you can always decide to use your talent to do what you want to do. Remember that. You can do what you want to do no matter where you're at in life. You could be in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s. I'm 47 years old, my peoples. I started doing Box Center at 45. Let that sizzle in your spirit. At 45 years old, I decided that I wanted to do what I want to do with boxing. There is no age limit for you to pursue your dreams, for you to pursue the things that you want to do. So get to it, my peoples. Don't sleep on yourself. Do not sleep on yourself. That's how I want to end the word of the day with. One love to each and every one of you. Don't sleep on yourself, my peoples. This was another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I'm Jay Smith. I'm getting the hell out of here, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. One love to everybody. Bam. We out of here. Gotta go get this money now.